So he sends my father there with him, Bhagavat Das at the time. And at this time, 1975, my father had joined in 70. So he was in charge of the Brahmachari party. He was the senior devotee. Well, in comparison to Srila Govinda Maharaj, it's hard to imagine any seniority, even though I imagine my father to be much more senior than many, especially myself. So he goes with Srila Govinda Maharaj, who's a brahmachari, Prabhupada would call him Govinda, I believe. And they're there to preach, but the environment is very unfavorable. And so my father Bhagavat had observed this. There's all these different thugs and dacoits that we have very little money available. We all speak English except for Govinda Maharaj, and all our books are in Hindi, and nobody here speaks Hindi or English, they only speak Ursan. So what is the use of our time here? We can't do anything substantial. Better we just go and reconnect with Srila Prabhupada. So with the last bit of Lakshmi they had, they booked some tickets to go. And Govinda Maharaj, he refused. He said, no, the Guru has ordered, Srila Prabhupada has ordered, this is uncompromising, and as Rama Maharaj was mentioning, Prabhupada said, preach, we're preaching, I've stayed. And so then my father pulled rank. He said, oh, but I'm the senior brahmachari, and you have to listen to me, and you're also a brahmachari yourself, so you can't stay alone, so you have to come with us, you have no choice, I'm in charge, that's it, boss. So he wasn't very pleased by this, but he accepted that this was the current circumstance, and they went to connect with Srila Prabhupada. I'm not sure where they went at that point. It's in the book, Hyderabad. So then, arriving there, Prabhupada was very surprised. Why are they here? This is not what I ordered you to do. And so he said, tomorrow meet with me in the room, and there's many senior Vaishnavas, GBC like this, sannyasis. And so, as my father recounts, there was some request for explanation. And Prabhupada asked, and my father was very hesitant to make any comment. They're both, him and Govinda Maharaj are sitting there in front of Prabhupada. And he's thinking, what do I say, what do I say? And then Govinda Maharaj looks at him and says, I want to take sannyas. So I guess, from the beginning, we can read in this Vrindavan 1975 book out here, how Srila Govinda Maharaj had this desire and plan that he would find a pure devotee who is teaching Srimad Bhagavatam, teaching the worship of Lord Krishna, and teaching that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Srimati Radhika's mood, that these teachings would be present in this pure devotee, and he will give me sannyas. He had been seeking this. So Prabhupada had already confirmed he would do so. And so now Govinda Maharaj had some catalyst, I guess, that nobody can instruct me that I can't do my Guru Maharaj's mission anymore if I take sannyas. The path will be clear that I can go do the preaching as ordered by my Guru Maharaj. So he told Prabhupada, I want to take sannyas. Srila Prabhupada said, do you know what is sannyas? And then he gave some instruction about fearlessness, lack of attachment. I don't remember the details, I wasn't present. I've only heard. But this is also described, I think, memories by my father in this Vrindavan 1975 book, and Jayanta Prabhu, Sudhavaiti Maharaj. So then Srila Prabhupada says that, okay, you understand? Yes. And so then that was it, no more discussion. Then there was some confusion as to what this meant, because Srila Prabhupada didn't say, yes, you can take sannyas. He didn't say, no, I won't give you sannyas. He only explained what is sannyas. But then we know later on that at the time of Triparari Swami's sannyas initiation, there was multiple sets of cloth laid out. A second danda was made. And then when sannyas initiation was going on, many initiations, Diksha initiation, Harinam initiation, then also Srila Govinda Maharaj came up and took sannyas from Srila Prabhupada. And then it's described in this book, which I read yesterday, that for 20 minutes Srila Govinda Maharaj spoke on the glories of Guru Tattva and what it means to really surrender to Guru, all these very very intimate things, because this is our connection to Krishna. That Guru has this relationship with Krishna, and by serving Guru, he is pulling us along to be in service to Krishna. So he's speaking perfectly, uncompromisingly, and for 20 minutes, and Srila Prabhupada is relishing that someone can glorify properly because so many new people were there. And so Srila Gour Maharaj, we can see, as evidenced by his preaching, how he has pleased Srila Prabhupada so nicely, how he is exemplified with his pure bhakti. That he was always one-pointed in his desire to serve Sri Krishna through his Guru Srila Prabhupada. And he always encouraged anyone he came across that you also be engaged in the service of Krishna. And not just in any way, but you serve Krishna according to Shastra. You serve Krishna according to Guru. You serve Krishna according to Sadhu. He always made this emphasis. So Srila Gour Maharaj has been very impactful in my life. There is pictures of me from when I was young, 2 years old, singing Nishringa prayers for him in Tawakwa, New Jersey temple. At 4 years old in Alachua, I'm bathing his feet. So he was the first bit of Sadhu Sangha I got. We know Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lavamashra, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Koi, that even one moment's association with a sadhu, all forms of realization are possible. And they're overwhelming with spiritual realization. So their Hare Katha is actually touching the saffron particles on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Srila Prabhupada says in Srimad Bhagavatam 4:20-25 that the sound vibration of the spiritual master, the pure devotee, is not that of the material sky. He says this, it's actually the saffron particles touching Lord Sri Krishna's feet. So this was the quality of the association of Srila Gour Maharaj, and he emphasized that association means to imbibe the mood of the sadhu. So I'm praying here that by the blessings of all the Vaishnavas that I may imbibe Srila Gour Maharaj's mood of service to Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Bhagavad. Hare Krishna.